All right, as we thought it couldn't get any worse on the LA or just in the NBA with injuries, and let alone for more dramatic news in the NBA, we do have a biggie over here with Mr. LeBron James. So we did see Joel Embiid last week. He is going to be out for pretty much around 3 to 4 weeks with his injury. And that pretty much opened up the MVP candidate race to LeBron James to be at number one and filling in with James Harden and the rest to fight for it. Now we did see the LeBron James and the LA Lakers go against the Atlanta Hawks. LeBron James had not the best look when he fell down on this injury as of right here. So the LA Lakers, they were sitting around third in the Western Conference behind the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers are in great positions to take back the second seed and go for that first seed as LeBron James was finally cooking with the LA Lakers. Having Kuzma, big performance, and yet Dennis Schroeder get acclimated. And it was looking pretty good for LeBron's MVP race, let alone for the Lakers getting back to second or first seed. But as we saw here, I'm very shocked. I'm very surprised. This reminded me of the injury, his groin injury in 2019, when Lakers were 20-14, fourth in the Western Conference. That was LeBron James' first season. Remember, you had Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, LaMelo Ball. A bunch of young cats out there with LeBron James and the crew, and a bunch of vets, role players. And when LeBron James tried to quote-unquote activate playoff mode coming back a month and a half after that injury, he can never get things cooking. And it's been reported that LeBron James is going to be out for 8 weeks. So this is a huge eye tester in the NBA. Number one with the LA Lakers, are they going to drop out of the playoff picture? Are they going to finish the end of the season with around a 7th or 8th seed and go against, the Jazz, the Clippers, or the Suns in the first round? This throws a lot of questions up in the air, especially with Anthony Davis, who's out for another 3 to 4 weeks. So LeBron James is going to be out for pretty much a month and a half to 2 months, and Anthony Davis will probably be coming back in a month or so. And the trade deadline is coming in here in the last week or so. So can the Lakers somehow, some way pull out a pretty big name to pretty much handle the offense and get the Lakers pretty much, situated in the middle of the Western Conference playoff hunt to where they'll be fine enough entering the playoffs? Who knows about it? I mean, there's a lot of names you got to look out there. They could potentially get Andre Drummond, LaMarcus Aldridge, and I'm talking trade most likely, but buyouts though. Who knows about DeMar DeRozan? I mean, if you're the Spurs, you let go of pretty much LaMarcus Aldridge. So are they going to let go of DeMar DeRozan, buy him out? That's pretty cursed there. That would be a huge signing for the Lakers if they could pull off for DeMar DeRozan. If they can't get any other big names, do you bring back Boogie Cousins to handle the front court with Anthony Davis? I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I did have the Lakers winning the 2021 championship. I'm not going to budge off this. If you give me a healthy LeBron James, healthy Anthony Davis entering the playoffs, which the timetable is entering that same situation, the Lakers are going to be a threat. Now, within this week, they need to get another premier name. They need a defensive anchor. So they can bring back like a JaVale McGee. They can get a big name out there. That's going to be a center. They should be situated in sets. Now, with LeBron and AD out for the next month to 2, they need another scoring wing out there. If not a wing, then a big like LaMarcus Aldridge. Kyle Kuzma, lots can be on pressure for Kyle Kuzma. But for the LA Lakers, man, LeBron James is not a good look. Let's see what else. The Lakers lost that game to the Atlanta Hawks 94-99. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at this two-dimensionally, man, it looks like the Brooklyn Nets have everything in the bag, but LeBron and AD will be back in the playoffs healthy. And if and when that's the case, the Lakers are still my favorites to win the NBA championship. We saw with the Lakers in last season in the playoffs, they would usually win every series by 5 games. Lastly, it's 6. I expect these series to go 6 to 7 games, and the Lakers will win this championship. It's going to be in historic fashion. I mean, again, Space Jam 2 is coming out. They want to make LeBron the GOAT. If LeBron James at 36 years of age can come back from this quote-unquote big injury, let's just say it's a 7th, 8th seed, worst case scenario, whatever, and win the championship against the quote-unquote the Brooklyn Monsters in a 7-game series, that'll be historic. That'll put LeBron as most people's GOAT in that narrative, but I'm not going to jump the gun there. I did not see this big injury coming at all. I did not. But yeah, let's see how it goes from there. I'm gonna make more videos here to go more in depth on my sports shows. But this is kind of my initial reaction when it came to it. I was very shocked, I'm not gonna lie. The MVP race is up in the air. I'll make a video to cover more on that. But let me know what you guys think about the NBA news of LeBron going down with the Lakers. Are they done with? What free agents or trades should they make and acquire? And who's going to lead in the MVP race? Out.